Functionality alone doesn't drive ERP adoption. Great user experiences does. As businesses' needs are getting more nuanced, the way we interact with enterprise apps must evolve too. Tailored screens, dynamic interactions, and seamless integrations. This shift isn't optional, but a basic expectation. That's where Oracle SaaS Visual Builder comes in, enabling Redwood UI extensions without reinventing the wheel. Future of enterprise apps isn't just functional. It has to be frictionless, flexible, and beautifully designed. Whether you are a developer aiming to deliver precise user flows or a business leader seeking for better usability, this session walks you through the foundational steps to extend, enhance, and elevate your Fusion application. Welcome to this session on developing and extending Redwood UI pages in Oracle and leveraging SaaS Visual Builder Studio for this. In the next few minutes, we will familiarize with SaaS VB environment to build an app UI application. What is Redwood UI and SaaS VB? Redwood UI is Oracle's consumer-grade design system used across all Fusion apps which are consistent, accessible, and mobile-ready. SaaS Visual Builder Studio is Oracle's integrated development environment that's embedded right inside your Fusion instance. It enables developers and administrators to build, customize, and deploy app UIs, Redwood UI, that is, custom applications or page extensions. Because it lives in the same tenancy, you can skip page composer's limitations and also avoid extra infrastructures and deploy with a single click. By hosting VB Studio directly within the Fusion instance, Oracle simplifies the extension process. There is no need to juggle between separate environments, and deployment is smoother, faster, and more secure. Why use VB Studio instead of Page Composer? Traditionally, Fusion page customizations were done using page composers, but for Redwood themed pages, VB Studio is the new alternative. There are two developmental pathways in Oracle Fusion. One is to use a dedicated standalone VB instance called VBCS or use the embedded VB Studio inside Fusion, which we focus on today. Accessing SaaS VB. To begin, log in to your Fusion Springboard. Under the configuration section, you will find the Visual Builder tile, only if the correct roles have been assigned. There are 4 essential roles required. One is Application Administrator, Application Developer, CRM Application Administrator, or Service Administrator. Behind the scenes, Fusion's IAM or IDCS enforces role-based access control or RBAC, so only authorized users can build and deploy. Creating a project and setting up workspace. Once inside the VB Studio, your first step is to create a project, and here you will see the options to build jobs and set up your environment. Then configure the workspace. This is your personal development area where you will manage the dependencies, layouts, service connections, and source code. You have built-in Git repository having allocated branch per developer. Oracle has embraced modern DevOps practices by integrating Git, enabling full version control and collaborative development of modern CI/CD. This comes pre-wired here. Every commit can trigger a build job later. You can choose your path, whether a new web app is needed or an app extension. A new web app is used when you need a standalone dashboard, and an app extension is when you change an existing Fusion page. Environment setup. Now set up your developmental environment. for new app UI pages or extensions. If you are extending, pick the target application, and if the application is not within the same instance, choose the instance's service URL. Then let VB Studio scaffold the project for you. Connect to your Fusion instance. Provide the Fusion base URL and credentials, or select an identity domain for auto recovery powered by IDCS or IAM. VB Studio stores the connection securely and reuses it for data binding, deployment, and pipeline steps. You can also import the zip files of sample app UIs known as cookbook recipes. Inside the workspace, you have project components such as app UI designers, service connections, source code, Git history, and environment links. Let's now walk through designing a Redwood app UI. Start by creating an app UI. It automatically generates main start page. In the designer view, you have three modes. Those are design, code, and live. In the design, you can drag and drop Redwood components such as forms, tables, or dynamic containers. Code section allows you to edit underlying HTML or Oracle Jet or JavaScript codes. Responsive preview of the tablet on desktop or on phone can be seen in the live mode. In the design view, you can drag and drop components such as text fields, buttons, tables, etc. You can modify the properties and trigger events from the right side panel. The key panels in designing an app UI are variables, event listeners, action chains, and resources. Variables you can use to define state and data providers. Event listeners capture clicks, page loads, or other validations. Action chains are no-code logic such as if-else, fetch, or navigate options. Resources can be used to upload extra JavaScript or CSS libraries. In the settings section, you can configure your app's RBAC, JSON or JS files, event listeners, variables, and action chains. When the deployment finishes, VB returns an app URL and an extension ID. And once your design is ready, you can commit, push, and publish the application. Review this in the Git version and commit the history. Monitor the CI/CD build jobs in the pipeline. Build jobs generates two jobs in the VB Studio. One is package, one is deploy. Package bundles your application into zip files. Deploy moves the packages to the live Fusion port. You can monitor logs directly in the pipeline console, and any failure pushes the details back to Git issues. In the Environment tab, you will find App UI, URL, Extension ID, and Development Deployment logs. Once deployed, your app will be visible on the Fusion Springboard. Refresh the Fusion Springboard and your new tile appears there. If you need a custom icon, open the sandbox, edit the Springboard tile, and publish. Because the sandbox and the VB code are linked, publishing the sandbox also promotes the extension. To modify the app's icon and label, use the sandbox. Security. Inside settings roles, lists who can launch the app. By default, unauthorized users are routed back to the home page, but you can configure custom routing using event listeners and action chains. If you want to be routed to a custom access denied page in the main start page event listener, VB start, you can add the JS to test role array. If absent, RBAC ensures only authorized users access your application. Within the app UI setting, you can define exactly which Fusion roles can open the application. Export app UI application and import zip files from Oracle Cookbook. You can import or export App UI projects as .zip files. These zip files contain app files, package.json or grunt.js. Import recipes from Oracle Cookbook to start App UI patterns, and once you have these imported, you can drag, drop and customize them. Modular zips give you the advantage of reducing manual setup and keep deployments consistent across the environment. And that completes the walkthrough from the first login to live Redwood extension, managed entirely inside Oracle Fusion SaaS.